Hi, my name is Gloria Reben, and here it is 10 a.m. on Friday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific time, and I'm very, very happy this morning to be able to talk to you about convert your money to gold as a hedge against inflation. Now, last week, before I got distracted with other things that were going on, I was talking about inflation, the causes of inflation, the problem with inflation. Now, I was also talking about the imminent expectation that the United States dollar is going to be losing its position as the desired currency of the world internationally. Right now, most nations need to use the dollar in order to trade with one another. But more recently, there have been countries like China and Korea who have made an agreement, and there are some countries in South America as well, who have made an agreement to begin to exchanging their goods and services with each other in their own currency and not using the US dollar. Some people say this is by way of review, that next month, June, this is going to really start the process. And when that happens, when the United States is no longer the currency of choice, it's going to plummet. It's going to lose its value even more dramatically than it lost its value once it got taken off of the gold standard. So this is very, very important. So what are you doing with your money? With your hard-earned money? Are you putting it into a bank account? Here in the US, bank accounts are like 1.2 or 1.5%. The minimum inflation we have is causing the dollar to lose money. Putting it in the stock market, when the dollar collapses, so will the stock market. You can put it into commodities, you can put it into all kinds of stuff, but who knows all about those things? And who wants to risk money in the stock market? I don't. Some of you out there listening to this maybe do, but not me. Anyway, gold has never lost its value. And what we're talking about now is bullion, which has its same value now in terms of buying power as it did way back when people first started using gold as a currency, as a trade. Now, not all gold is currency. As I talked about, you're not going to put it in coins or jewelries because that isn't such a good idea. But if you have 999.9% pure gold, that's called gold currency. In other words, it is looked upon as having the ability to pay debts, just as the dollar has the ability to pay debts. So what we're talking about is wanting to move our dollars, even before they lose any more value than they do, into gold. But most of us, as I say, can't move it into gold currency, and something that high, into bullion. However, there are ways you can get 1 gram of gold, and actually you get it in the size of like a little credit card, about the size of a credit card, and it'll be just embedded in there. That will make your dollars more valuable, okay? And I'm going to show you a website. I'm going to do a screen share with you and just show you a little bit of how the value of gold compares to the value of the dollar. And I'm going to do that right now. Oh, by the way, somewhere during this presentation, I'm going to give you my phone number. I'm going to give it to you verbally. So if you have any questions at all, I'll be happy to answer those questions or find the person who can answer them for you. I'm not going to tell you when I do it because I want you to stay and listen to the whole thing. Make sense? And I'm also not going to post it below because I don't want people spamming me and trying to, get me into their business, which is happening. I'm already getting way, way, way too many phone calls, and most of them are like, I hang up on. I don't hang up on people if they call me live, but I definitely hang up on computer-generated stuff. So, people who are using auto dialers and that kind of thing. If you're one of them, it's okay. You can continue using it, but I won't respond to that. Okay? Actually, I did once. and I learned about what I'm going to tell you about now. So here I'm going to do a screen share. I'm getting better at this, by the way. It's like easier and quicker. Okay, I must click on that and then to start screen share, and I go right over to the 12-week plan. What happened here? Oh, isn't this wonderful? I'm going to stop this a moment. The reason why I'm stopping it is I don't want to play you the whole thing. It's 48 minutes. I put the link below for this website, which is called 24karatgoldmoney.com. So you can listen to the whole thing if you want to. But I wanted to just get you a part. I had this previously set up, but for whatever reason, it unset itself. So I'm going to do a quick move to where I want to be. Excuse me. Okay, so and I'm going to have to put this a little louder.
Listen.
Okay, so this was someplace about.
Okay.
Okay. I'll start here.
After the
Afghan no,
war,
I want to give you more than that.
Power of the dollar after World War I and World War II. This is the buying power of the dollar after the Korean War. This is the buying power of the dollar after the Vietnam War. It's also when we got decoupled from gold and the printing of money began that was backed by nothing but a politician's, bankers, government's promise it was good to pay the taxes. This is the buying power of the dollar after Desert Storm and the Cold War, and this is the buying power of the dollar after the Afghan War, which is still going on. This is the buying power of the dollar. That's all that's left of it after the Iraq War. And folks, it is never coming back. And so you have been programmed in a way. And 2 generations ago, we remember the older people here, the wiser people. They remember that 2 generations ago, the word saving used to mean storing generational wealth, money that was backed by gold. But when we got decoupled from gold, dollar became decoupled from gold. That was the death dagger to the advice to go to school, get a good education, learn a trade, work real hard, and you would be able to keep up with inflation with a tool to meet the needs of the economy called a job. And since that point on, the media completely programmed your brain until in 2 generations, everyone forgot. Now word savings meant spending at a discount, affording your lifestyle. And we went from the greatest nation on earth, loaning billions to other nations, to become the greatest debtor nation on earth that is in trouble. Now, that's the secret trap. Went from 1 household income to a 2 household income, near 3 household income, kids at home till they're 25 and 26, and now the fast food worker union wants $15 an hour to flip burgers. Folks, this is what's happened to the buying power. You have to understand that paper money was just a substitute for gold money. And as history goes, it will repeat itself in return. 40 years ago, a gram of gold. This is a carat bar. Somebody brought you on to see this carat bar. That's 1 gram of transaction-friendly weight of pure 999.9 gold bullion surrounded in a certificate of authenticity with holograms and other features on it which make it unique. And 40 years ago, a gram of gold would be bought you 5 loaves of bread, and $1 would have bought you 4 loaves. But after 40 years of the government printing money that wasn't backed by anything but a promise, a gram of gold will buy you 20 loaves, and $1 will buy you a half a loaf. Folks, reality check. That is the difference between gold money and paper money, and if the past is going to predict the future, the value of your labor, you get paid in this, that is just a representation of the value of your labor. Will it be preserved in this or not? So the real question is, if this made sense to you, gold money. How do you get the most best quality gold money for the least amount of time, effort, and personal finances? There's only 4 ways you're going to acquire gold. Number 1, you can inherit it. What in my future? Is it in yours? Number 2, you can extract it. Mining and panning, very popular micro industry. Some people in the world survive by panning for flecks of gold. I don't know if any of you have tried that, but I'm going to tell you right now, that ain't in my future. Number 3, the most common sense, buy it out of your own pocket. In which case, the only leverage you have is to try and buy the lowest or the cheapest with this to get more of it, correct? Well, we're going to show you the option number 4. And if the light bulb goes on, do not hesitate. We're going to show you how to set up a Karatbars dual system. Do the 12-week plan. Acquire it from the system, not from your pocket.
Okay, now I didn't intend to show you this whole thing, just to mention that there was a thing called Karatbars International, which allows you to save allows you to save and make money as well. Now I have to go back to the screen share and stop the screen share. And here I am again. Okay, now here's where I'm going to tell you my telephone number. 925-299-8873. I'm in California, so if you're on the East Coast, it's 3 years earlier. 3 years. I hope not. 3 hours earlier. Anyway, I also left some links there, and one of the links goes to the 12-week plan. And that's the second link there. If you want to watch the whole thing yourself, it's 48 minutes, and you can call me and I'll answer any questions you have. Again, it's 925-299-8873. Now, I also put another link down there for our gold savings plan, and that's just a little short, kind of nice to friends and family explanation of what the Karat Gold is. I've actually heard about Karat Gold a few times, and I've just recently decided to take it upon myself to actually get myself some gold and to also market it, because it is pretty much an incredible kind of system. And excuse me. And I just want to say something. If you don't want a business opportunity, hey, that's fine. You can just put the money you're making from your job and take it, that you're saving right now, and take it out and put it into the gold, and know that you have a lot of value that you're building up over time as inflation hits in. But if you do want to make some extra money, there are ways to make somewhere between $4,000 and $17,000 a week through Karatbars. In fact, you can do higher than that, but I'm not here to explain that. If you want to know, I will show you how you can go on a webinar and get the whole story. So that's it. I thank you very much for stopping and listening to this, and hope we could work together sometime. Thank you. Bye.